Hello, hello, and welcome, everyone. Hello, everyone. I am Lizzie, your host. I am here. How are you doing today? Today, here in Canada is, well, I think the province of Ontario. I'm not sure if all the provinces, but it's Family Day. So it is a holiday. And what a great way of celebrating this incredible holidays to be with my family. My family, Woman on Fire, is they're my sisters. Alice and Harvey, definitely a person that I've known for 10 years, and can't believe it is a decade. And we are celebrating again, as you can see on the screen, April 22nd and 23rd, another gala, another weekend of Woman and Fire. And I am so excited to be able to um, interview incredible women. As you can see from the picture, this is about 2-3 years prior to closing down or the lockdowns that we had. This is incredible opportunity for women to be recognized for doing great things, for being part of the community, for doing and accomplishing incredible things in the community. So this is going to be an incredible event that I don't think you should miss. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, it is a must. It is an opportunity that you cannot lose. The amount of networking, the amount of ladies and gentlemen that you're going to meet this weekend is out of this world. So yes, do not lose the opportunity. So today we have another honoree, and I am so excited to be able to introduce to you. As you can see here on the screen, we are going to be talking to Alethia Cadore. Let me give you a little bit of background. Alethia Cadore is a motivated, wellness created child, youth practitioner, registered psychotherapist, and mental wellness advocate. She is a member of the OACYC and a board member of the equivalent action of charges of OSRP and well, lots of accolade here. This lady is very accomplished. She identifies as a wellness practitioner and private practice who supports primarily Black and people of color, heals from stress and trauma, and implementary coping with its strategies and helping reframe negative thoughts, managing emotions, and improve our relationship in order to make a better decision for yourself and lead with confidence. That is one of the things that we are struggling, I would say, more so in the last 2 years, obviously, with the closing down, with the lockdown. She is a private winner of the Raymond Change Volunteer Award. Congratulations. Wow. And also she coaches implementing her own mind like she secures over 20 plus years experience. Impossible. This lady is so good looking and so young. She can be doing this for over 20 years. She's a certified restorative justice mediator, assistant, and individual families with community and healing. Alethia possesses the extreme experience of utilizing very theoretical and intervention model, cognitive behavior, and therapy. Wow. And her resume and her accolades goes on and on. But I love for you to meet her. Again, this is a brand new season, just Woman on Fire. And I am so honored and privileged to have her here on the show with the wonderful Hello, hello, beautiful. Welcome to the LizyT show. How are you doing? Happy Family Day. Hopefully, you are relaxing. I'm not sure if you're working today. It's like a person of yours, like yourself, never stops. So I know works is always on the go. But are you able to enjoy a little bit of this holiday?
Hey, Lizzie, thanks for having me. Just wanted to let you know that it is Family Day. So happy Family Day to the people out there.
Thank you.
And yeah, I thought I would have a couple of hours to myself, which I was able to do. But for some reason, everyone knew that I was home today. So I had a couple of meetings today, which was very productive.
Which is good. I'm glad that you were able to kind of cross some of those squares that sometimes that we never get to, and one day for us not to just do the from and to and the run around is actually perfect. One of the things that I love about this plethora of accolade that you have and all those accomplishments, and your life seems incredible. Uh, how did you get into this industry? What motivated you? What happened in your life? Was it something that you experienced as a child and you thought, I love helping people. This is really what I want to do? Or, which we have cases that you were doing something and all of a sudden, no, I need to be doing something else, and you switch career. What was it in your case?
Well, in my case, it was similar to, just having a lot of self discovery at an early age. I always was in the helping field like my parents were. My parents worked, in helping professions. So it was just a natural gravitation for me to do something where I would be helping others. I started pretty young. When I was just about to finish high school, I was approached to work with young people who, and, offer them activities while their parents were in therapy. So when the parents would be in therapy, I would do all these fun activities, and the social workers would come out after and they would tell me some of the things that they were doing. And I thought, wow, this looks like fun. I think I could do this. And before I graduated from high school, I had two friends that had to live in a group home. Their parents had asked them to leave home, and they had mentioned to me in passing that, hey, I'm living in this place. And I thought that that was fascinating at the time, because I never knew that there was a place that you can go if you were having difficulties with your parents. And I
Hmm.
thought, oh my, this is cool, take me to this place, I want to see what it looks like. So I went there and I realized, now that it was more of a deeper issue as to why a child would not be at home.
Hmm.
And it really intrigued me, and I said
Of
that this is
course.
something that I would like to do. Like, I want to know what would make somebody have to leave home and not get the support that they needed. So, I just started to look into what I was doing. I'm a child and youth counselor because I liked working with young people, and always try to do something in the education realm. And then I
Mhm.
started going to college, and then part of our graduation as being a practitioner, you have to do an internship.
Of
So I did
course.
my internship in three different areas. One was in schools, the other one was at a treatment center, and then the other one was more of a long-term care facility. And when I was working at the long term care facility, I ended up just staying there for a very long time. I was there as a student, they hired me part time. I became a supervisor in one of the programs. And then from there, I branched off to work at a hospital. And every experience that I had led me to doing more things and just led me to the right people in the right time until the pandemic. I was working in a college, and I decided, you know what, maybe this is a good time for me to start my private practice. And I started my private practice in 2020,
Oh, wow.
really well ever since.
Wow, so it's been recent. And one of the things that I love about what you said is that it wasn't fully at the beginning of your career that you wanted to work with children. It kind of sort of, yes, you were working with mental health, and yes, you were helping the parents, but didn't really fell in your lap until later on when you discovered that you had a gift, that that was your
Mm,
calling, that you were kind of put into that situation often that it became real. So can you come and help with the kids? Can you volunteer with the kids? Can you come and do things with the kids? But, see you common denominator, it was always gearing you towards that column, which you're doing right now, and I'm glad, like a lot of us with the lockdown, with the, COVID in the last 2, 3 years, a lot of us have completely immersed, into what we're doing nowadays, full time or just kind of assume that role, and that kind of is your case. Um, do you think that I mean, you work with age of from what, 17, 13, 12 to adulthood? What
yes.
is usually the your typical clients or your typical patients?
Yeah, well, in my private practice, the age that I like to work with is 17 and up. But right now, I'm really focusing on the transitional age, which is anywhere from 17 to 30. And these are students that might be transitioning from high school and they're going into first year college or university, and they're having some challenges uh, in their work or personal life that are causing them some emotional distress. And it could be whether it could be adjusting to the first workplace, or maybe they're in a relationship, or they're having some other challenges with their mental health and they're just discovering it. So it's just a good time for them to reach out to me, and we start
Mhm.
to talk about what are
So
the
17,
yeah,
into
17 and
college, which is
yep.
20, 21, 22. Do you think, Alethea, that a lot of what our youth are going through right now, and it's maybe different. I mean, you've been doing this for 20 years, which I can't believe because you look 20 years yourself.
Thank
But you've been doing this for a little while.
you. Yeah.
Do you think that technology had contribute to mental health, or having uncertainties, having a stress issue, having anxiety issues, because those are the things that we never used to see before. And I have youth, I don't want to say teenagers because they're going on their 20s, but I noticed that those issues that we used to have as a 17-year-old, obviously we didn't have the internet back then. I didn't have it. Do you think it had contribute perhaps to aggravate their mental health?
Well, I think it's a contributing factor, but I think, there could have been signs and symptoms prior to that. And some of us use social media as escapism. It's a way to avoid some of the things that might be happening in our present current life that we might have some difficulties facing. Social media can be used as a very supportive tool. I mean,
Yes.
let's face it, most of us are on there. I
Yes.
like to watch other therapists who might have some really catching videos just to get their message across. So I think that if you're seeking out positive role models, then you'll get a positive response.
It's true.
But if your mood is impacted by, you know, not feeling the greatest, and then you're watching videos where you're comparing yourself to others, or you're feeling like you might be left out, or you might feel that your life might not be as great as theirs. I mean, we have to really stop and think about, where those thoughts are going and why those negative thoughts are persisting. And yes, it could be the trigger because you're looking at social media, but when social media is not present, then you know that it's just your thoughts that you're left with.
It
So,
is true.
yeah.
The behind the bottom line, underneath that social media, there was some issues from the beginning.
Yeah.
It could have aggravated, but now we have tools to kind of help people like yourself, which
Mhm.
is great that you're contributing in that sense. What is the most satisfying, what is the most rewarding part of your profession? I mean, I take my hats to you. I salute you because it takes a lot. I am too much of an empath. I will never be able to do this kind of work that you do because I would get right into it with them and I would take their pain. But I know that you know God gave you what you're doing right now because you're capable and you can handle. So, what would you say is the most rewarding part of your career?
Well, I have to tell you that the fact that my clients and the people that I work with, they know that I care. So, showing empathy and letting them know that you validate their feelings and that you support them is the way for them to feel comfortable and safe and to show up in their authenticity. I think that's what's important too, is that we show up with our vulnerable side. I mean, eventually, when you're getting to know someone, it does take a while before you warm up and you decide to open up. So that's what I like to take part in, is that I give my clients the space for them to feel comfortable and to feel safe. It doesn't happen overnight. Not all of us are that open when you're first meeting with somebody.
It's
So
true.
yeah, I let them know that I care, that they deserve to
I'll
be.
be a perfect client for you because I'm an open book and I like to talk about everything, as you could probably see. But I know my daughters are a little bit more shy and they're a little bit more reserved, so that I can understand. Let's talk about I love what you do. I think it is more people like yourself definitely need to be in the community, and I'm so glad that in times like this, when we went through lockdowns, when we went through you know, the world did go through, we needed people like yourself to say that everything is going to be okay. And I know it's challenging and I know what we're going through, big trials and tribulations right now.
Mhm.
And people like yourself, you could tell others this is going to pass. Just hang in there with me, and I appreciate what you do.
Yeah.
Part of being getting to know you a little bit more, obviously, is our common denominator, Woman on Fire. Tell us a little bit about how did you got involved, or how did you found out about Woman on Fire? Do you know Allison Harvey at all? Tell us your involvement with Woman on Fire.
Wow, that's a great question. I met Allison through the nomination of Women on Fire. I can't even remember how it came across my uh, email. And I looked at the description and I really like the platform of supporting women that
Hmm.
are usually not always seen, but you know that they're doing the best work that they can do in the community. And I really like the title. I love the energy behind it. And I'm like, okay, I had a couple of people in mind that I thought of that I would like to nominate. And I just wanted them to know that, I'm seeing them. I think they're amazing at what they do. And I just wanted to validate them. And then she's like, oh, you have a nomination. And I'm like, what? So that was really nice to know that, sometimes when you think of others, then that energy is reciprocated to you. And, once I met with her, we chatted for so long and she just made me feel so at ease and so comfortable. And then I started looking at the other women that were nominated, and I
Hmm.
was just so excited. Every time Allison would post which woman was nominated for an award, I was immediately in the comments congratulating them. And I think it's just so good to have that energy. I'm really looking forward to some of the people that have been nominated, because I have been followers of theirs and I've been fans of theirs, and they've given me some inspiration. So it was
Hmm.
really cool to see people that I follow and that I'm involved with also get nominated. And it just makes me feel like, wow, it's like a whole new community that has opened up for me.
Yes.
Looking forward to connecting with them.
Good, good. So this is your very first time, I take then, your very first gala, your very first event, correct?
Yeah, and it's my birthday weekend too, which makes it even more
Also your birthday weekend, because it's Allison on the 23rd, so that is 2 birthdays at one. I have to remember that.
fun.
Wow, you're in for a treat. This is going to be my 10th year,
Wow.
and we are looking forward to every year. The last 2 years, obviously, it was canceled due to
Yeah.
the lockdowns, but we're Allison is definitely gonna make it up. This is gonna be one in a lifetime, and every year Allison overdoes herself, and we are in for a treat. So you have no idea what is in store for all of the honorees. So congratulations
Yeah.
for being definitely. Put your name being put it out there, because somebody sees what you're doing, somebody recognize your hard work, somebody sees that is not easy, especially now that you're full-time, especially now that you are having your own practice. So good, good for you that this is not going to be taken for granted, and somebody is noticing. And so it's going to be a great, great event. What you kind of mentioned some of your expectations, but anything in particular that you think that you probably would have an on Woman of Fire?
Well, there's a couple of people that I love to meet personally because I read their platforms and I really admire the work that they're doing. And I thought the gala would be fun when we had the red carpet and the pajama night. I thought that that was so cute. It's always fun when you can just relax and just do something that's nice and cozy. So I think
The
a lot of
pajama
people
parties are a lot of fun. I've been part of 2 of them, and it's a blast. That is the night that we're celebrating Allison's birthday. So yours is on the 23rd or 24th?
mine is on the 21st actually, but
21st.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. Yes, a lot of network, a lot of ladies. I know I expect to hug everyone, especially people that I haven't met yet, or we're meeting through this interview here. But it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. I look forward to seeing everybody that I've seen before this last two years, and that I haven't seen for a while. And so it's going to be an event. For people that are watching now or will be watching this later on, for people that are looking for a counselor, a therapist, or somebody who's looking for their teenager, their niece, their nephew, what is the way of getting a hold of getting your contact?
Yes, great. Thank you. Feel free to get a hold of me. I'm on Mind's Eye Like. That's MindSilike.ca. Mind's Eye Like on Facebook, Mind's Eye Like on IG, and also on my website, mindseyelike.ca.
Beautiful, beautiful. And we will have the links underneath this video as well for you to be able to reach out to Alethia, and obviously to connect. Are you active at all on social media? Do you post once in a while? Which is the
Yeah,
easiest one for you? Facebook, Instagram,
Instagram.
or
Instagram.
um, Instagram as well?
Yeah. If they want to catch me on LinkedIn, then they just need to put in my first name and then they'll be able to find me on LinkedIn.
Beautiful, beautiful. One of the things that I love to ask about my guests, and unfortunately, Thea, you're not going to be the exception. You've done so much for in the last years or so, 10, 20 years.
Oh,
And I obviously you have accomplished a lot. I mean, your resume is Wow, your accolades are incredible. So congratulations! And this award is more than deserving. Is there anything else in your life that you look back, or that you want to look forward, and you say, "I haven't done this yet," or "I haven't the plans to work with this public, or this kind of client." Is there anything that you would love to say? Sometimes when we say we kind of work towards it, or anything at all that you think that is missing, that you know that there's a need out there and you can fulfill it.
Yes, and I've put this vibration out there, and I believe that I am going to meet my goal. The first one is my edge walk. I have to do the CN Tower walk, outside of the CN Tower, edge walk. And then the second thing is my wellness house. And I don't know if you've ever watched Ilania Vezant before she had her show. She used to be a coach in a wellness house where women would come and live there,
Oh,
and they
wow.
would have, their financial coach, their nutrition coach, their psychotherapy, which Ilania would do. And that's something that I'm interested in doing, is building a wellness home
Wow.
for women. It's going to be in the Caribbean, and you
Wow.
go there for the week. You get your nutrition. You might get some personal development or psychotherapy from me. There might be a stylist there. There's going to be a yoga instructor.
Wow.
Everything's going to be there.
Wow, it looks like paradise. I mean, all
Oh,
your
thank
needs are taken care,
you.
where it comes to your mental, spiritual, physically, health, eating, all that
Right.
incredible. And one of the things that I noticed too, that in the last 2 years, we've actually paid attention a lot to the real needs of life. All the running around that we used to do prior to years, all the worries that we used to concentrate and focus and sometimes waste time with, all that kind of wither away with kind of focusing on one thing, which is yourself, your health, your mental wellness, your well-being. Family became a lot more important than having sometimes time with silly things or things that are not important. And so I believe that this created, and you're not the only one. I've heard other ladies with not only having a wellness center, but shelters for women that have left abusive relationship in the last 2 years, because enough is enough, right? You sought priority. So I think we are going definitely to create a community with people that are able to just concentrate and focus and have that oneness.
Mm-hmm. And I think we all need to have a safe space where we can heal, learn, and grow. And I find that sometimes when we're in environments, we might have our work environment, we have our home life, we have our responsibilities that where we need a place. But where's your quiet place where you can just go within and just heal with other like-minded people that are doing the same thing? I mean, it's kind of rare. We do find our community in our own places, but to find a destination where you could say, you know what, I'm going to put my money here and I know I'm going to get what I need. And it's going to be all about holistic, integrative wellness. Yeah, that's what I'm about.
I think is a great plan. And now that you said it, you're probably going to work a little harder because it was on the LizyT show. It is recorded. People are watching. And so I kind of have to, stand on my word. I can't go back.
It's going to
So I believe that, we work a little harder when we mention it to the world out there. I remember when I was writing, I kept saying, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write my book. I'm going to write my book. And I kept saying that through my interviews and through other people that interview me. And that my book it actually got launched in last year, where we had lockdown. So yeah,
wow, that's
you just
cool.
have to say it because this is out there. For people that are watching too, one of the things that I love to ask is there inspiring, and you give them this inspiration to be able to work towards something. For someone who is kind of thinking on the same idea, same realm, what are the biggest challenge you would say that to become the great coach or the great counselor, the great psychotherapist, or what are the things that you have to have in order to become this great, like yourself, great coach?
Well, I think for me, it all started with my mindset and just having the belief that I could actually do this. Even when I was going to school, people would approach you and they want to talk to you about things that are going on in their life. And yeah, we can hear it and listen. But, to have validation and to empathize and to self reflect and give people some suggestions, you need skills for that. So, it's great to have the ability
Mhm.
help people find their purpose and to help them work through some of those challenges. And I like it when people say, I finally integrated some of the techniques and some of the things that you taught me. And
Mhm.
people say, oh my gosh, Alethea, sometimes I have your voice in my head when that says, like, hold on, let's just take a step back. Let's just review this first before we do something impulsive. And they say that, when they're involved in their therapy and they're making the commitment to show up and to do the work, it transcends into their work and personal life, and they're feeling much better, they're making better decisions, and they're able to lead with confidence.
I love what you said, that from early on, people always used to come to me and tell me their problems. So obviously, you were meant to do this. That was part of your destiny. That was part of you to be able to serve. And I can see you continue to do that. You love it. You enjoy it. You take great joy.
Yeah.
It is part of you, and I mean, you want to take it farther, obviously, with this retreat, with this community that you're trying to build. So congratulations. And I can see more and more now that this award is more than deserving to you, and to get recognized. And not that you, I assume that you probably don't need all that recognition, but to be able to say, I'm doing this, I'm doing a great job, and thank you. To you is probably just a thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to say to people, thank you, because when I was working within an institution, it's a different lens than when you work
Hmm.
on your own, and you don't always get the feedback because people come and go when you're working for an organization that has their own sets of rules and boundaries. So it's nice to hear that people are finding this useful and it's helpful to them.
And thank you. I can't wait, Alethea, to see you on April the 23rd, 22nd and 23rd.
Well,
Woman on Fire, as you can see here on the screen. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be at Doubletree by Hilton, Mississauga, Dixie Road. We've been to this hotel prior, and it's
oh,
been great experience, and I'm sure it's going to be a great experience again. So if you haven't gotten your ticket, please go to Woman on Fire Blazing and get your ticket for those 2 days. It could be the 22nd, which you can see it on the screen, or just the gala, which is incredible. You're going to be dined and wined, and great music. I know Allison has great surprises. And the most important, get to meet a lady like this, connect with her, and meet her and hug her. And yeah, it's gonna be a great. Can't wait. Can't wait. I can't believe time's passing by so quickly here. You have such an incredible life, and I admire you, and I congratulate you again for this great accomplishment. I can't wait to meet you in person and hug you and say, "Hey, it was a great time," and we'll probably have even more fun on the 22nd and 23rd.
Yes. Well, I just want to say thanks to the listeners out there, and looking forward to meeting you and the rest of the beautiful people that were nominated.
Yes. Thank you. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you.